Imagine you couldn't hear. That's the reality of over 1.5 billion people. 90% of these people can benefit from hearing aids, but currently, only 20 million units of hearing aids are sold per year globally. 80% of all these people live in low and middle-income countries. This is a $230 billion addressable market for affordable hearing aids. So what are the barriers? The first is that testing is just not widely available. Secondly, old school distribution. So basically, hearing aids are sold through traditional audiology clinics. It's a very low volume, very high margin business, and not enough audiologists to sell them. In Guatemala, you have one audiologist for the whole country. Very expensive. So the average selling price of a hearing aid to a patient is $2,000, whether you live in the US or Kenya. They go up to about $7,000 per unit. They cost as little as $50 to manufacture. We're looking to disrupt this industry and really make hearing aids available and accessible and affordable through our 3A approach. Available, we do hearing testing at scale. We can test as many as 1,000 patients in a single day. Affordable, we aim to be at least 70% more affordable than comparable product on the market while still retaining 50% gross margins. And accessible, creating alternative distribution networks, so working through pharmacies, OTC. We also have a training program that's proprietary to train technicians to create more capacities in country. Our business model is about being a one-stop shop solution. So the affordable hearing aids, but also our unique teleaudiology platform that will help scale this globally, and strong customer aftercare. We have revenue streams from the hearing aid sales. We carry a line of 6 different types of hearing aids under our earAccess Canadian brand. We also sell, as I mentioned, through alternative distribution, and we do mass hearing testing. So to date, we've sold in 6 countries. We've generated over $500,000 in sales. We've sold over 4,000 hearing aids, served 50,000 patients through hearing testing, and we're just getting started. For example, in one of our key markets, the Philippines, where we have a wholly owned subsidiary, we've signed up partnerships with Watson's, one of the largest pharmacy chains in Asia. We're the first to be selling hearing aids over the counter, so in a pharmacy. We've also have an agreement with Aventis, a large medical chain, where we have clinics within a clinic, serving HMOs that have over 1.5 million patients. So to date, we've only raised non-dilutive funding. We've raised $2.5 million of funding to find our path to market, secure product, develop our brand, and train over 350 people to become technicians across several countries. We're now really looking for a first seed round, and that is to build out our teleaudiology platform. We've already built out phase 1, but we're looking for the next phase, to scale our solution online and to scale to new markets. So in terms of our go-to-market strategy, we have both a B2C and a B2B business. So on the B2C side, what does that look like? So we have your typical patient, so with their entry-level product is paying about $250 per hearing aid. Typically, people have bilateral hearing loss, so they're buying 2. Hearing aids last on average about 5 years, and people tend to be quite loyal to their provider. So on average, that means over a 25-year period, that's a $2,500 customer lifetime value. And so our goal over the next 10 years is to be in at least 10 countries and to have, which is essentially a $1.2 billion addressable market just in the next couple of years. On the B2B side, we sell, for example, to governments, hospitals, NGOs. The sales cycle is a little longer, but they can become quite large volumes, thousands of hearing aids at the time. That in itself is also a significant addressable market. So the team, we're a team of people who have a lot of experience in audiology, but also in sales and distribution. Myself, so I come from a finance background. My background, I studied at Wharton. I used to be an investment banker before I got into this field. I also spent 2 years living and working in places in Africa, Chad, Rwanda, with organizations like Doctors Without Borders and others. Our audiologists are very experienced. We have, for example, the chairman of our board, Claudio Busandri, ran Canada's largest pharmaceutical distribution company, and we've won multiple awards, including Canada's highest innovation award, the Governor General's Award. How we're different, instead of the traditional, as I mentioned, audiology clinics selling at very low volumes and high margins, we really do a combination of things. Yes, there's affordability, but there's also the fact that we sell through different omni-channel. We have an omni-channel approach. We sell through clinics, we sell through pharmacies, and we sell online. So those people that do want to speak to a human being, they can, but they can also go either buy online, speak to a human, or vice versa. And with our teleaudiology platform, there's multiple touch points. We also have a unique payment plan that allows people to pay over 6 months, again, reducing even further the cost and the price of the hearing aid. We also go to people in their communities. We do mobile screenings and mass hearing testing. The next phase of our journey is building out our teleaudiology platform. So we really want to empower, facilitate, and connect. The platform has 3 key parts to it. One is audio technician-facing app, which has already been built. So it's basically an app to be able to connect with the patient, do the most fitting and testing with the patient on the spot, and refer any complex cases to the audiologists. A patient-facing app, and an admin portal for the audiologist or clinicians to be able to manage all of this remotely. So this is just an example of what our technician-facing app does. So it can capture all the data needed to basically fit a hearing aid on the spot. Now, what we want to do in terms of building out the next phase, which is a patient-facing app, is address the whole patient journey of someone with hearing loss. And these are the things that, we're addressing price, that's a big barrier. We're addressing access, that's a big barrier. And then there's a psychological barrier, so why people choose not to get a hearing aid or don't wear the hearing aid once they get it. And that has very little to do with technology and a lot to do with human psychology. So people don't want to be seen as being old, people are afraid of stigma, et cetera. So that's the pre-hearing aid fitting. Then the intervention and the post-hearing aid fitting, there's generally a lack of post-counseling, which means people typically put their hearing aid in a drawer if they don't get that critical counseling to wear the hearing aid consistently. So this app, by using an AI-enabled chatbot, will really personalize the care to each patient so that we shorten the average 7 years between someone who gets tested and decides to buy a hearing aid to a matter of a couple weeks. And post-counseling, ensuring that they're wearing these products consistently, especially in the first 3 months where the neuroplasticity is adapting to a new way of hearing. Because if they pass that 3-month milestone, they're typically hearing aid users for life. So we're excited about building the next phase. In terms of some of our milestones, so this year, just actually recently, 2 months ago, we just hit one of our key milestones, which is profitability in our Philippine subsidiary. Our goal is to reach global profitability by early 2024 and to accelerate our sales with the technology platform once it's built. We're seeking a total of $1 million in seed funding to invest in digital marketing, one of our key drivers for sales, a developer tech platform, as I mentioned, hire some key folks on the team. Our team's about 15 people, and we're really looking to scale some of the senior management and some inventory. Our goal is to be the #1 hearing aid company in emerging markets. We want to do well, and we want to do good at the same time. So please join us on our journey. Thank you.